Cincinnati is ranked second in the country in a group of five, threatened but not broken through in the college football playoff era. No group of five team has ever made the college football playoff. And to be clear, that's teams outside the Big Five power conferences. 3-4, though, in the New Year's Six. They've pulled out some major upsets in Cincinnati, almost got Georgia in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl last year. Happy to be joined by the head coach of the Cincinnati Bearcats, Luke Fickell. Luke, your team up to number 2 in the country, highest ranking in school history. How much credibility do you think that your program established, not only with its play this year, but what you did last year and the performance in the bowl game against Georgia?
Well, I really do believe that you got to start off in a decent position to get where we are early in the year. And I think even in particular because of our league and the schedule a bit too, that if you don't have something coming from last year, I think you're behind the 8 ball in a lot of ways. So not that we won the bowl game, but obviously that people recognize that it was a really good football game and had a lot of opportunities. But I just think the body of work, not just last year, but maybe even the year before, has given us a greater opportunity. I know that.
How do you feel about that? Is that the way it should be?
No, but it's a reality. I mean, it's kind of like, the what I like to say, the blue bloods. And the reality is they're going to have some opportunities. I've been there before and taken advantage of that. And I think that's why you got to have a chance to beat them. And if you don't, it's going to be a difficult situation. It's just, the way college football is in particular. And when you do get those opportunities, you got to perform. And some of them get more opportunities because they're in a league where they're playing against those guys maybe more often. And if you don't, like in our league, then when you do get the opportunity to play against them, you got to win and you got to play really well.
And you were able to do that in the 2 games that people identified in the preseason. Indiana, which maybe hasn't performed up to the level that people expected, and Notre Dame, which has so far. But you won both of those games. But from this point forward, the only team remaining on your schedule with a winning record is SMU, which, as we sit here and talk, they're undefeated. So what is the significance, the importance of making sure that your team not only wins the game, but plays to a standard and plays at an elite level against a lot of these opponents that are seemingly overmatched?
It's a reality to us. I don't think that we want to go in another direction anyway, and whether that's for the people of the country, for the rankings, for playoffs or anything like that. We learned from last year. I think the situation where we didn't play our best ball at the end of the year last year, especially the championship game, didn't give us any opportunity to pound the table, to even be maybe even in the conversation, to have a chance to be in the playoffs. And so I know I did. I know our coaching staff did. I think our players recognize and understand that to know no matter what the situation, no matter what the rankings, we got to find a way to play our best ball at the end of the year. And the only way to do that is to continue to grow.
What's an example that you've seen from your players particularly that lets you know they understand that importance and that they can handle the success that they've had and the high ranking that they have right now?
Well, I don't think Saturday tells me all that. I think it's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. And to me, that's the biggest step for us because, we know we've got to continue to grow. We've got some really good football players, but we've got to continue to mesh together. And how we handle a Tuesday and a Wednesday when coach is really getting on them and really pounding the table and regardless of what the situation, what the opponent is, how we can handle those things on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, how much we really will grind, I think really kind of shows me where we are as a team and as a program. And I feel good about where we are right now.
Oh, you've got terrific players all over the field. You've got some elite defensive backs. Jerome Ford went off, but everything seems to center around Desmond Ridder. How would you describe his growth, the way he's elevated his game as a quarterback this season?
It's one of the great stories, and I'm not everybody's been with him and since his freshman year, but just to see how he's kind of handled success as a freshman when, he was named, I think, freshman of the year, newcomer of the year in the league, to the next year where he didn't perform and play like he expected himself to year 3 where he wasn't even mentioned in the top 5 guys as quarterbacks in the league. His ability to handle all that, really grow. And I don't just mean as a football player, but I mean as a leader in all that he does and his passion for the game. He's been through a lot of different things that has given him a perspective. And I think the maturity that he's got, obviously a skill set. He's in a really good place right now, and he is really, really good, not just as a quarterback for us, but as a leader for our entire program.
Luke, we appreciate your time. Get ready for that option coming with the midshipman this weekend. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Always a tough one. I appreciate it, Reese. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.